South Bay Galleria is a shopping mall located in Redondo Beach, California that opened in 1959. If you've clicked onto this video, then you know what today is. It's Monday, Mall Madness. Every Monday I'll be releasing a new video on a defunct or maybe not so defunct mall and its history. Make sure you stick around at the very end of the videos. I'd like to see if you, the viewer, are paying attention. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell so you get notified of my latest mall video, defunct store, or my Throwback Thursday videos. Leave a suggestion or a comment for a future video. Thanks. In February of 1955, it was announced that a major shopping center on a 50-acre site on 174th Street and Hawthorne Boulevard would be constructed. The May Company department store chain signed on to be its anchor store that December, with Executive Vice President Tom May noting that the South Bay was one of the largest populated area in the nation, not then served by a major planned shopping complex. The center was designed with a quarter-mile-long tunnel under the stores so that all delivery areas for its stores would be shielded from the public. Its core consisted of a major shopping area with outlying buildings containing service and recreation businesses. The center's layout also allowed customers parked in the 5,000-plus spaces in its parking lots to be close to the stores. The first component to be built was the freestanding South Bay Bowling Center, a modern alley with 54 lanes and automatic pin setting technology. Groundbreaking for the bowling alley took place in February of 1956, and it opened for business later that year, along with Steak Knife Restaurant inside. Groundbreaking for South Bay Shopping Center, which would become known as South Bay Center, took place on September 10, 1956. The grand opening of the South Bay Center, with its 37 tenants, took place on August 22, 1957. Celebrities were in attendance to launch the $15 million project. In addition, the grand opening featured a full-scale circus and a giveaway of a brand new 1957 Ford Custom two-door sedan by Les Bacon and Sons, Hermosa Beach Ford. South Bay Center became complete with the grand opening of the May Company store, which took place on February 9, 1959. The store was a 4-story emporium. It had 3 full floors and a mezzanine and a basement. The basement included a fountain and the Bayshore Tea Room, as well as a public fallout shelter. The store also included a book and record department, furniture department, camera shop, and a soda fountain. On November 1, 1960, the Democratic nominee for president, John F. Kennedy, gave a speech at the South Bay Center on the last stop of his campaign tour. Kennedy won the general election 8 days later, becoming the 35th President of the United States. In a sign of the times, May Company at South Bay Center became the first South Bay building to be designated as a public fallout shelter in January of 1963. By 1965, an estimated 10 million people shopped annually at the South Bay Center. By the early 1970s, competitors had arisen along the Hawthorne Boulevard retail corridor. There was Old Town Mall in Torrance, and further down Hawthorne, the twin Del Amo Fashion Center and Del Amo Shopping Center. Further up the hill, Peninsula Center and Rolling Hills Estates also competed for shopping dollars. The joining of the Del Amo Fashion Center and the Del Amo Shopping Center into a mega mall in 1979, South Bay Center faced its most formidable competition. The outdoor center suddenly seemed outdated when compared to the newer indoor malls, something its management set about to rectify in the early 1980s. In 1983, South Bay Center manager Bill Reckner announced plans to tear down all of the South Bay Center except for the May Company store and build a newly enclosed shopping mall that would include 2 additional anchor stores, Mervyn's and Nordstrom. The Torrance Company, then owners of the Del Amo Fashion Center, immediately sued to block the expansion, citing traffic and environmental impacts should the new mall be allowed. Superior Court Judge John Kohl promptly threw out the suit, and demolition of the old South Bay Center buildings surrounding the May Company began in earnest just after Christmas of 1983. In 1985, Forest City Development built a fully enclosed indoor mall to replace the open-air shopping center to become the Galleria at South Bay. It included additional anchors, Nordstrom and Mervyn's. In 1992, Forest City sold half interest in the center to CalPERS, before buying it back in 2001 and changing the official name to South Bay Galleria. In 1993, the May Company store closed and reopened as Robinson's May. General Cinema had constructed a 16-screen multiplex cinema in 1997 before the company was sold to AMC Theatres in 2002. In September of 2006, the Robinson's May store closed and reopened as Macy's. The bowling alley that had been in the first business to open at South Bay Center became one of its last remnants to disappear when it was razed for parking and landscaping in 2005. The center, then known as the AMF South Bay Lanes, had closed in the spring of 2004 when it lost its lease. In December of 2008, the Mervyn department store chain closed all of its stores due to bankruptcy, including the South Bay Galleria. In December of 2008, it was also announced that the Kohl's department store chain had bought 48 Mervyn's properties, including the South Bay Galleria property, and would take over the retail space that was formerly occupied by Mervyn's. On December 4th, 2012, it was announced that Nordstrom would close and relocate to the Del Amo Fashion Center after nearly 30 years of service at the South Bay Galleria as part of Del Amo's reconstruction project. On August 24th, 2015, the South Bay Galleria had announced that they would hold off on finding a replacement for its newly departed Nordstrom store until the entire mall was renovated. The second and third floors of the former Nordstrom space currently serves as a Wonder of Dinosaurs exhibit. The first floor is currently a department store called Q. On January 25th, 2018, Australian investment firm QIC acquired South Bay Galleria from Cleveland-based Forest City. QIC plans to renovate the mall and add 6 acres of landscaped outdoor space, opening directly onto a grand staircase entering the mall, along with standalone buildings as well as apartment buildings. On November 14th, 2019, Forever 21 announced it would be closing its South Bay Galleria location as part of the closure of 111 stores nationwide as part of the Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It closed in 2020. The South Bay Galleria is anchored by Macy's, Kohl's, Target, Q, Wonder of Dinosaurs, and a 16-screen AMC Theatre multiplex. It also includes an H&M. Many locals would say that this mall is a dead mall. The mall is usually pretty empty, and there are plans in the works to renovate the mall. Congratulations, you made it this far into the video.
When I find you.
Pop quiz, hotshot.
So let's see how close you were paying attention to my video. So how many anchor stores closed in this mall? So if your answer was 5, give yourself a hand. You were paying attention. Thanks for watching. So what do you remember about this mall? Be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment or a suggestion for a mall from your childhood, or how about your favorite mall? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Eric C. Productions.